Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about the Marvels. I just got home from watching that film, and I have to say that first and foremost, that it was really fun to watch it. Actually, I mean, people are shitting on this movie like there's no tomorrow, and I think that people are just like going in this fad or whatever of hating on Marvel and comic book hero movies, superhero movies, whatever you want, because I don't know, because they're popular, because they're big, because they have done so much money, and people are just like rejoicing that they are failing right now after the pandemic mainly, and that's kind of sad because I mean. Yes, I mean these movies used to do a lot of money. I mean they still do a lot of money, but you know they used to do even more money, and I think people just kind of want something different now, and the new different that the MCU and all these movies are giving is not exactly what people just want. And I think this movie also suffers from that of not being exactly what people want. But it may not be something that we want, but it's something that is actually good. I mean, it's not as bad as Ant-Man or the last Ant-Man or any Ant-Man. Actually, none of those movies is really that great. Maybe the first one, and not even. And the last Thor. I mean, those two movies. I mean, the last Thor for me is the worst MCU movie by far. I mean, Natalie Portman's performance is awful. Chris Hemsworth, his take on the Thor, I think, is just too much. I mean, he has to stop. Like, I mean, if we never see Thor again, and I don't, I mean, I think we will see him again. I wouldn't mind because he's too much. He's like a lot. And Ant-Man, I think he never really worked, and I think it's very sad because Janet and Hope are supposed to be like huge heroes. Like in the comic books, they are like huge. They are founders of the Avengers, and in the movies, they're like nothing, and they're just annoying. I mean, Hope is really annoying, and Janet is really awesome, but she gets nothing to do in those movies, so it's really annoying. But this movie is not that. This movie is a lead led movie, and all the leads are given something to do. And yes, all the leads are women, and the director is a woman, and I think that also makes people hate on this movie because we hate women or whatever. I mean, I don't really know what the fuck people are thinking, but this is not really a feminist movie. I wouldn't say that. I think it's a movie about a little bit like forgiving yourself for, I mean, not being that hard on yourself, because even if you try to do things perfectly and everything neatly, it's not going to happen like that, and you are never going to be as uh, good or as perfect or as beautiful or as whatever powerful as you want. I mean, you have to accept your flaws, and I think every member of the group of the Marvels gives something to that idea. I mean, there's Kamala's innocence, which is beautiful. I mean, she comes off a little bit too strong at times, but I have to say that I really enjoy her energy because her innocence makes her like different, like a little bit new in the MCU. And the MCU, everyone is so fucked already. I mean, people are dead and families are gone and time has passed and all of that, and everyone has their trauma, but Ms. Marvel has not really had that trauma onto her. I mean, she has discovered things about her family, for example, but that has not traumatized her. That has made her better and learn about herself a little bit, and her family again. And I think that's beautiful that they added that innocent image into the group. Also, there's the I forget her official name, but Monica Rambeau. She's like this very government person basically at the start, and she's a soldier basically, but she's a soldier that lost her mother, that was fucked up by a witch. I mean, which I think it's really funny that they never mention Wanda, they just say witch, which is like, I mean, you should tell Captain Marvel that is the same witch that she fight alongside of in the Battle of Earth, basically. I mean, I think she would remember the witch that almost killed Thanos. It's kind of weird that she didn't mention her by name, but whatever. And there's then Captain Marvel, who in this movie we learn that she has not been perfect. I mean, she comes off of this super strong woman, which she is. She's a very strong. I mean, she does something in the movie that is like, okay, you're really strong. But it's really interesting that she really commits to her flaws in this movie. She really lets us know that she's not perfect and that her powers do not really define her in every single way. And I think that's gorgeous about the movie. Some scenes, I have to say, just are too fucking long. I mean, there are scenes in the ship, for example, in Captain Marvel's ship, that are way too long. And there are scenes in a certain planet that are also a little bit too long and annoying. But we kind of expect that, and I don't really. I mean, I don't really blame anyone for that. I mean, these movies are not supposed to be masterpieces of drama or something. They should make us learn about human things, human feelings, and human mistakes, and human realities and truths, because that's what comic books used to do, at least. But they don't have to be like, this big dramatic masterpiece. I mean, that's not what these movies are supposed to be about. So I'm glad that they kind of enjoy themselves in this movie with certain scenes and certain characters and certain things that they do, because let's not all be that serious. And yes, again, this movie is not perfect. I mean, out of the three leads, Kamala Khan, portrayed by Iman Vellani, she's the best one, to be honest. She's annoying, but she's good annoying. It makes sense that she's a fangirl, because she's meeting like her hero. I mean, I think that's a very particular thing to portray, and I think it's really nice how they do it in the movie. But I think the other ones suffer a little bit of that thing that superheroes have, that they have all this trauma and they solve it like in 5 seconds. Unfortunately, at the end of this movie, I don't see every problem being solved. I think Captain Marvel still has a lot to deal with, especially at the end of the movie. What happens, it's another blow to her. And same for Monica. I mean, she really she's really changed, let's say that, about the end of the movie. So at least that's good. I mean, the dialogue is not perfect. There's some things in the VFX that even, I mean, the action scenes are really, really great, but sometimes you see something in the VFX realm that is not really perfect, but whatever, you pass it. I mean, the sound is great, some really beautiful cinematography also. I mean, the villain is another awful Marvel villain. I mean, the villain is so stupid. Yeah, I mean, her end is whatever, but it's always the same thing with villains in Marvel. There hasn't been really a good villain in Marvel, and yes, I have seen Loki season 2, and I stand by what I said. There hasn't been a good villain in Marvel. Maybe, I mean, the best one has been Thanos, to be honest, and that's because he was like a universe threat, if you will. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed myself in the movie. No, I have to say, not even half of the theater was full. Maybe half of it was full, but it wasn't like, I mean, more people went for Indiana Jones, which was the last movie I saw in theaters, and more people, I think, went for other movies like Avatar. I remember watching that last year, or Batman last year. More people were interested in that. So I think there is some Marvel fatigue, and I do know that for next year, the only Marvel movie we're going to get, and maybe because it's still filming, it's Deadpool 3. But I think this movie actually leads straight into that. And that's why you should stay for the mid-credit scene, because that mid-credit scene is a whack. I think it's going to get many people very very excited, and you know there are some things that some mid credit scenes that haven't been fulfilled. Shang-Chi, I'm talking to you, but I think that's very interesting. I think they're leading to interesting things, and I hope they cut some of the things that they were leading to. Kang, not Kang, please. And maybe they're going to do some other things that we will be a little bit more interested in. Because I don't know about you all, but I'm kind of done with the multiverse. Like tone it down a bit because it's too much. It's multiverse. Like we get it. We get that you want different versions of your characters, and I think they will keep doing that because I think that's the easiest way to present the X-Men and Fantastic Four, which are movies that we know are coming. So they're going to do it, but at least I hope they try to do it less in a in a less annoying way, if you will. But yeah, you should go and watch this movie. I'm so sad that it's not going to be a big box office hit like the last Marvel Captain Marvel movie, which made $1 billion. I don't think that this movie is going to hit that at all. But I hope people watch it because it's really entertaining, and that's what movies should be about, like entertaining you. Like, I mean, if you want to suffer going to watch a movie, that's up to you, but you should enjoy yourself, and this movie does that. It enjoys you. It made you enjoy life and enjoy watching the movie and enjoy the movie making process and movie making magic, basically. And I think that's beautiful. And yes, it might not be the best movie ever, but it's a good movie, so you should go and watch it. So thank you so much for watching this review. I might do one very soon. I know I haven't been doing many lately, but I haven't been to the theaters lately, to be honest, watching new movies. So yeah, whatever. So thank you so much. Yeah, comment down below whatever you think, and please like this video and all of that. Thank you so much. Goodbye.